Hello everyone, hope you're well. Hey, today we're going to talk about car seat ergonomics, how to sit in your car properly. And the thing is, we're going to go in terms of priority. And don't worry, if we can improve the way you sit 25%, 50%, 75%, all the better. If you read my book, Rethinking Posture in a Modern World, I spent a great deal on a thing called ACE, or actively consciously engaged. It's where you're sitting, brushing your teeth, driving, all these things consciously. And the more you do it, if you've ever seen the movie Karate Kid, the more you do things consciously, the more things go into the subconscious and you develop mastery. Okay, so today we have a brand new driver. No better way to start a new driver on the right foot. His name is James. James, welcome to my YouTube channel. And we're going to go through the basics with James, and hopefully you get a lot out of this. And also, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this information down below. And we're going to continue this fantastic content, and we really need your help and support. Thank you. Here we go. Okay, let's start with the basics. These are 4 things you could do on any car, okay? And so we're going to go through these things. If you saw my video on office ergonomics, the first thing we always talk about is get the y-axis right. You want to make sure your shoulders are above your hips. So James, if you can bring that seat back up. Okay, the next important thing is you want to make sure the knees are as close as possible below your hips. So let's try to bring that up. Now this car can't do that, it appears. Okay, and we'll bring that seat back a little bit further, James. Okay, now the next thing is you want to try to bring that, to compensate for that, try to bring slide the seat back as far as you can. That's safe. Now, can you touch the pedals safely there? And you can reach them perfectly? Great. And then the last thing is, if your car can do this, you want to try to telescope that steering wheel back towards you. There's a little latch there, yeah, and pull that back. Great. And the key thing here is, when you're sitting at your office chair or in the car, you want to try to keep your elbows as close below your shoulders as possible. And now structurally we're perfect. His ears are over his shoulders and his hips. His knees are about level there, but that's the best we can do. Okay. Now let's take it the next step from there. Now, as you can see, James has a lumbar support, and in my professional opinion, this is probably one of the worst things you could do right now, is put a lumbar support, especially if you have back pain, or if you don't want to get back pain, don't put a lumbar support in until you get your foundation right. So let's go through that first. So James, I'm going to have you remove the lumbar support, and we're going to move on to the next video. Now here's the reason why you don't want to put a lumbar support in before you get the foundation right. Normally you have a nice, what they call lumbar curve here, and then the hips are like this, right? And so when you sit on a chair that's 90 degrees or less, what happens is you start losing that lumbar curve, okay? And then the discs line up over your spine, and then they start compressing in the y-axis, and it creates all kinds of problems. To throw a vector in here, put a lumbar support here, you put way too much pressure down here at the L5, and it's not a good idea. What you want to do first is this, and this is what most people never discuss this. You want to get that angle right. And what you do when you sit on our foundation, it sets the base right, and it already starts throwing the lumbar curve into the right position. It puts the trunk and thigh muscles at about 110 degrees, and it engages the core muscles. Now, at this point, once you're sitting on a foundation and your hips are above your knees, then you can gently or safely add a lumbar support, and that should work perfectly for you. Since unfortunately James's seat could not get his hips above his knees, we introduce our foundation. The foundation sets the core muscles properly, engages the proper posture. As you can notice, his hips are above his knees, and James is relaxed and his posture is good. Okay, now that you have the proper foundation and the hips are above the knees and the shoulders above the hips, everything looks good. Now you can, if you want to, you can add the lumbar support. And this should be nice and relaxed. Does it feel good, James?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, thanks for watching, and hey, don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thank you.